Okay guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're playing the Test of the Test Rides. This week we've got the Davachi Expeller. This is a coupe. Let's test drive this thing out. This does not look like a coupe to me. Okay, so the Davachi Expeller. Not a bad car in my opinion. I mean, I nearly fell off the edge at one point, but I didn't. So I'm going to count it as a win. So I think this car I don't think the car could perform well around corners. I mean, I nearly fell off, so obviously that's points down. But it brakes well. It takes corners pretty not too good, but it's not bad. So would I recommend it? Honestly, I think there are better ones out there than this. Let's move on to the next one. So the no, the answer's no. Okay, I don't know why I picked this color, but it kind of makes you think of the Barbie movie, remember? Anyway, this is the Conoscetti Cavero. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but let's test drive this thing out. Sorry guys, I can't help but think this is a Barbie car. It just looks like a Barbie thing. Okay, so I'll definitely admit this car does take corners better than the previous one, and this is also a coupe, by the way. So it brakes well and turns well. I'd say go for it, and I'd say this car wouldn't have many upgrades, but if you want it, if for performance, it's probably worth it. But if you're not looking for performance and upgrades, instead upgrades, you should probably avoid this one because I honestly don't think this car will have that many upgrades. So let's move on to the next one. So now we have the Ocelot F620. Let's test drive this thing out. So I may have fallen off the edge once, but I don't think this is that bad. And to be honest, you can find this thing on the streets of Los Santos, and you can just keep it for your own. So I'd say no, you don't need to buy it when you could just find it on the streets of Los Santos. So I'll be honest, it's a little harder to find, I think, this car, but I'm pretty sure you can keep this car if you just find it off the streets. Let's move on to the next one. Rossi Carbonazar. Let's test drive this thing out. So I just about fell at the end there, but I didn't. And so I think this car could be better on the turning, I'll be honest. But it can brake well. So would I recommend it? Well, if you're looking for cars that can turn well and brake well, I'd probably say no to this one. But as a fan of old cars in the game, I'd say yes, because I like the old cars in the game, because I like the looks of the old cars. Anyway, for me, I'd say yes, but if you're looking for performance, I'd say no. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so now we have the FMJ. Let's test drive this thing out. Okay, so I don't think this car is that bad. I honestly recommend it. This car can take brakes well, it can corner well. I don't see any problems with this car, but maybe this car might not have much upgrades, but that doesn't matter anyway, because this car looks already pretty nice. Let's move on to the next one. So we've got the Annis S80RR. Let's test drive this thing out. So I really wanted to say no about this car. It may be a one-seater, but this car can definitely take corners and it brakes well. So, yeah, I'd honestly recommend it, and I can also see it being a bit protective too. Like, if you were to shoot backwards to an enemy, like if you were to reverse to an enemy and shoot them from behind, I think you'd be fine. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Lamborghini Taycan. Let's just try this thing out. Okay, so I may have fallen off once throughout this whole testing, but I still think this car could be worth it because I only fell once. Some cars go so bad I fall off every corner, and this is not on purpose. I try to take the corners and I fall off, but this time I only fell off once. So I honestly could say yes, recommend this car. It does take corners well, and I only just fell off. I don't think it was that far off from staying on. Um, do I recommend this car? Yes. It brakes well, it corners well. Everything about this car is good. Let's just move straight on to the next one. Okay, so now we have the D-Class Vamos. Let's just drop this thing out. Okay, guys, so this car can't take corners very well. I have to brake in order to take those corners. So no, I don't recommend this car. Let's move straight on to the next one. Okay, we've got the Peyote Gasser. Let's just drive this thing out. Fortunately, I cannot recommend this car. The Peyote Gas is just not a good car. I can't take corners. I had to brake pretty hard for that one, actually. So, don't get this. Let's move on to the next one. This is the Grotti GT500. Let's test drive this thing out. I could not find this in the track. Let's test drive this thing out. Okay, I just realized why I couldn't find this car. I think this is a sports classic car instead of a sports car. Anyway, it can take corners well, it can brake well. I honestly could say go for it, but part of me just says this car, there's something about this car that just puts me off, you know? So, I'm gonna say no for the looks. I don't really like the looks of the car that much, but the performance is there. Let's move on to the next one. The Ennis Helson. Let's test drive this thing out. So this is the prize right this week. The way you can win it is by coming top 4 in the Alice Car Meet series 2 days in a row, and that's how you win it. Apparently there's a special nightmare livery you can get with it if you win it. So, is this thing worth it? Well, I think it could take corners well, it could brake well, so yeah, I'd say go for it. And I think it has some pretty cool upgrades too, some unique ones too, so yeah, I'd say go for it. Let's move on to the last one. Okay, so this is the Karen Futo GTX. Let's test drive this thing out. I'll be honest with you guys, this car makes me want to barf. I'll be honest, it looks that ugly, I just cannot even stand to look at it. So no, I would not recommend this car. Anyway guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.